Live from New York, it's Saturday Night Live!
No, it's
Yay!
that should be the joke.
If anyone's wondering why I'm laughing, I am looking at the past.
As for what?
You have
we
the
had
video.
that up. Yeah, we did. We had the video up. That's always the fun part. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. I'm going to fix that camera real quick because you're still getting cut off by the name tag.
Yeah.
Which we don't need that.
I kind of match it, you know.
You do match it, but I can probably see a little bit. Like
There we go.
There. Yeah.
Now no one can see me.
No.
It's fine.
John Cena.
Well, that's fine.
Do.
Sure. So that way we don't have a puppy come running in.
But
Like
the
these.
puppy's the star.
Yeah, the puppy can be the star in another video. We're gonna do. Actually, before we actually get into everything, so fun story. I was talking to my one friend today. She rescued a squirrel. She natured a squirrel, and it gave me an idea. Make a squirrel girl.
I would love to make a squirrel girl.
Squirrel girl.
And I can ask her because she goes, I didn't know this existed. I go, oh my god, I gotta tell Tom.
How would you like to do this? Because I'm thinking, this is what I'm actually thinking. It's the Diary of Squirrel Girl. And it's her point of view of everything that's happened, like how she stopped Thanos and how she stopped Galactus.
So do we just want to make a continuation of Squirrel Girl kills the Marvel Universe? She's just the only hero left, but no one wants anything to do with her because of her powers.
Special Wolverine.
So she just goes through a crisis of just outfitted as the only hero left on Earth, but no one wants anything to do with her.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Back to our main conversation. We're not here to talk about Squirrel Girl,
we're not
are
here
we?
talking about Squirrel Girl. We're
Something
here to talk
slightly
about
bigger.
a big movie that's
No,
like
something much
watched
bigger.
this recently.
Ghostbusters?
Well,
What the? Well, I mean, we could quickly talk Ghostbusters.
we could
Yeah,
talk
What did you think of it?
Oh, it was good.
We did.
I really like.
I like to do. Now, did you see Ghostbusters at all yet, or no?
there we go.
I haven't.
You haven't. I'd say
Yeah,
you're
but
not.
see-
I'd say you're missing much, but you're really not missing much with that movie.
I think that's the best way to put it. It's just, it's there. You'll have a good time, but if you miss it,
Yeah, you're not.
it's
really
not the end of the
missing much.
world.
Like you could watch it. I always hate saying this. You can watch it on streaming, but like go support Ghostbusters a little
Yeah.
bit. It's a good
Please go
movie.
see the movie because I would like a sequel.
I feel
Can
like we're
get
gonna.
cold.
It's just maybe in a few years.
It really depends. I can see Sony being like, it's not making any money. Let's make Man Web 2.
Ah,
Oh my god!
You're gonna get Lorenzo migraine.
Get further in because we still got time. We've only we got 5 minutes in yet.
Right.
I saw some of the Madam Web concept art. I nearly wanted to hang myself. Like, let me tell you why. So one of the things was what's the main villain, Ezekiel Sims,
Yeah.
was fighting Spider-Man and they were falling down. It looks like the pyramid at one point.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, but the suit was based off of like an Andrew. It was going to be an original Spider-Man. It wasn't going to be a set Spider-Man. That's the
Okay.
thing that was weird about it. And then, we were going to get Spider-Man, and I'm just like, and then today, let's talk about what aired today in pop culture. The Invincible finale aired today. Really good finale. Of course, the internet was crying of, they gave us Josh Keane, but not as Spider-Man. And I made the joke to some people. I go, listen, Sony didn't want Spider-Man and Madam Web. You really thought he was showing up in Invincible? Like, let's be honest here. The bar was not set high for Spider-Man appearing in Invincible. Although Batman appears.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Batman appears. He meets Batman. They don't show you Batman just to keep flailing. And Mark goes, so you dress up as a bat and part of your name is man. He goes, like he was like questions for like a hot minute. And I was like, okay, that's a good cameo, but everyone's bitching about that one online.
the
monkey's chain,
the monkey
fist, the monkey.
Hey, Cecilia, how's it going? You ready to watch us talk about a monkey and a lizard fighting another monkey and a lizard in a CGI area with giant pointy crystals coming out?
Not hinting at a particular character that comes from space that's also named Godzilla.
Gamera?
No.
Company.
Damn it.
By the way, can you guys hear me properly?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
I can turn you up. a
Yeah, I
little
can
bit.
hear you.
I can adjust your. Where's my? There it is. I was like, "Where's my?" All right, in the mic settings. Adjust mic auto. Okay, he's that. Let's turn it. There we go. Now you should be a little bit louder. Hold on.
I'm gaming,
Perfect.
and yeah, it's not like
Hold
I
on.
don't watch it too.
Oh, it's not like I didn't watch it too. Well, how do we know? We really don't watch it. You're gaming.
Yeah. Maybe you're a monkey for all I know.
Monkey.
Monkey. Oh, wait, we can't say that.
You giant lizard.
Lorenzo, are you gonna wake up with a Twitter after you now?
I'm gonna wake up with a giant band on this video going, "You called someone indirectly a monkey" in the comments. Like, you can't do that.
Maybe they're saying we don't know.
Yeah, maybe they are. We don't know. We can, it's just I'm also sending it out so we can get some more people in the comments talking about this movie because I really want to talk about Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
The Godzilla Kong.
Yeah.
All right, so my rating still hasn't changed. I think it changed a little bit. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 from a 10 now. Only a point because like I've told Todd, and he told me, we both agree. The plot is fucking stupid.
This might be. I don't want to say it's the dumbest movie I've ever seen, but it's that dumbness that works.
Because here's the thing, and this is what I watched. I watched John Campia later in the week,
Mm.
and because people were like, "Oh, don't spoil the film" in the comments, he's like, "It's a Godzilla film. What could I possibly fucking spoil?"
Well, you have that one scene that that's on my top 10 moments of film where he picks up Little Kong.
Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna do getting the spoilers.
But I mean, it's dumb.
It's dumb fun. That's what
Yeah.
you want out of these movies. Here's the thing, and this is what I tell people: Godzilla 2014 is good.
Mhm.
It's good as a plot-driven film.
Yeah.
Godzilla-wise and monster-wise, awful.
Yeah.
I do not recommend that one to anyone. I said, listen, if you want to go watch them, you can watch 2014. You might not like it.
Mhm.
I go, but then once you get to King of the Monsters and Skull Island, that's where it really shines.
Yeah.
If they just want to play with it's monster.
It's the way I look at the 2014 Godzilla movie. It feels like it's being the original Godzilla movie, and it kind of misses the point of what Godzilla is about. Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla X Kong. This is the versus movies. These are the dumb ones, the Showa era movies where here comes Jet Jaguar to come save the day for no apparent reason.
Oh man, live action Jet Jaguar. Wouldn't that be a surprise?
I mean, well,
I want to see that.
Adam Wingard just said they might do, and Cody was talking about it too. Hi, Cody, you're gaming. Adam Wingard just says he wants to do Destroy It for the next film.
Yeah.
He goes, I want
Freaking yeah.
This is what I want in the sequel.
But we'll get to why that might not work with Destroy It, and we've even talked about it, and I've talked about it with a few people, but continue.
This is what I want in the sequel. I want Mecha Kong, regular Kong, Baby Godzilla, Space Godzilla, and Jet Jaguar. And I want Jet Jaguar to be like this robot created by Monarch.
Cody says it's too early for Destroy It.
No.
It's been 10 years.
We have 5 movies by now.
By now, it could be.
Yeah.
So it's not like you couldn't do Destroy It.
But yeah, we don't really talk about this.
But considering the power scale Kong and Godzilla have in this movie, and then added with Shimu on top of it,
Oh yeah.
Destroyer's getting fucking killed easily. Listen, they have to single-handedly nerf Godzilla for Destroyer to kill him without the help of Kong and Shimu now.
Mhm.
Don't forget Mothra.
And Mothra.
Yeah, and we got Mothra now too.
Yeah.
We have all the big titans going after Destroyer.
All giant monster attack. I would love that.
I mean, you could remake them.
Destroy all if you like it, destroy all monsters.
But anyway, let's get to the. So I gave it 9.5. You gave it.
I'm giving it a 7.5.
7.5.
It really came down to 2 things that really kind of like made me go down. I understand we're in Hollow Earth, but I wanted to see giant monsters do giant things. I didn't get that. For half of that movie.
Oh yeah.
So because when they're in Hollow Earth, they're like medium-sized monkeys. medium-sized monsters. They're not.
See, that was the thing I had problem with it too. Was you're in Hollow Earth, and a lot of people had that issue. They look too small.
Yeah.
What's the point of Hollow Earth?
Yeah.
Once they got up to the surface in that final battle,
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. When you got to that final battle, it made that last battle amazing.
Even you're looking at what's the baby Kong? Is it Suko?
Suko.
Yeah,
Suko.
Suko.
You're looking at Suko and you're like, holy shit, like he's fucking massive as a baby ape just running around.
But I mean, like that did bother me a little bit.
Changed his mind mid-recording. What?
Huh?
You said 8 before.
Yeah.
You didn't-
But that was the original review because I think we did the original.
Yeah,
we
we
did
did
8.
out of theater quickly.
And my
Mhm.
second problem really comes down to the villains themselves and how I generally feel that Kong really could have taken both of these monsters out because he had that upgrade. He didn't need to go get Kong. Or not Kong, Godzilla. You didn't need to get him because at that point, you have this overpowered monster fighting a horse and another monkey. Like I generally believe that Shimu was just a horse that breathes out ice.
Shimu was cool.
But I love Shimu. I love the villains in this movie. Like everything about this movie was awesome. But just those two things really brought it down.
Mm.
Yeah, because on the second rewatch, you're like, Scar really doesn't pose a threat.
Yeah.
Once he loses, we'll get to spoilers.
Yeah.
Once he loses a certain thing, he's kind of weak.
Yeah.
Like this man was like talking the most shit fighting Kong. The moment he sees Godzilla, oh, he's the biggest bitch in this movie.
Yeah.
Godzilla just makes Scar his bitch for
Yeah.
had the giant battle. It's the funniest thing ever. But hold on. What was your rating?
Yes.
I give it an 8 out of 10. Like
Yeah.
you guys said, the action probably the best in the MonsterVerse. That's debatable. I'd say I didn't like the humans, but they didn't bother me this much or this time around.
I actually really like the humans.
Yeah, I like the whole Iwi
The Trapper dude
tribe.
is my favorite. Watching
Yeah.
it on the Trapper dude is
Yeah.
so fun.
The veterinarian was amazing.
He's just a giant big monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't too big.
How much dumber can you ask this movie to get? That's why I love this fucking movie.
And look at it, that's just a job. Like you want,
That's
it's like-
just like his day job.
I didn't want a normal job.
Like, okay, sorry to interrupt you
Yeah.
on after you guys said
You're
it.
good.
But like, I looked at it, I'm like, the fact that that's just normal to him, it's like, yeah, I didn't want to be a regular vet. You're a fucking Titan vet. Like, what the fuck? Like, this movie's stupid as the movie
Yeah.
goes on. We'll talk more about that, but hold on, continue, please.
But I like Scar King. He gave me like a
Yeah.
Joker vibe at first. Yeah.
I love Scar King. He was a good villain. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
And if you learn his background, he's like even worse. Like apparently he rapes the other monkeys. Yeah, he sells them, pushes them into lava. Like he's a dick.
He's basically
Damn.
Lion King, but Scar is an ape.
Yeah.
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 See, all right, John, what do you give it?
Well, in the last video, it was a quick response. I gave a 10 out of 10 last time in the quick response review. But at the time, I was kind of still in hyper crazy mode. But I think I give it a 9 out of 10 this time because, like you said, story is a bit weak.
Story just
But-
gets
But the monster, but I don't care about the story. It's the freaking monster battles I want to see.
Exactly. That's where you go see these movies.
Yeah.
Because, sorry to interrupt you, John. But so after I was getting out the second viewing, I started to talk with people who first saw it.
Mhm.
And they're like, man, the story was bad. And one of the friends who I saw with was like, well, we're not here for the story. And they're like, yeah, we want to see the monsters fight. Like, that's what they gave us. Fans know what they want out of this movie. That's a good thing. You know what you want out of these movies. But continue, John.
Mhm. But yeah, anyhow, I love the new villains, Scar King and Shimu. Both were pretty awesome. And once you get into the little history of Scar King, it was holy shit. Talk about a dark villain. for a monkey titan, I have to admit that's a really cruel king. It's like you said, Lorenzo, Scar from the Lion King, except if he was a freaking monkey.
Actually, I thought of another comparison, but I can't say it live. Well, I have to say that one for off live. We'll make a flag for that one. Hold on. I'm gonna message it to Todd. I'm gonna type it out.
I turned off my phone just to let you know.
All right, then I'll type it out real quick, and then I'll show you what I say. But I cannot say this one live. Hold on.
But of course, funny thing, I'm just gonna say this right now. I remember another funny
I
thing.
honestly was about to just say his name. I'm not going to lie.
Let's just
Oops.
say there was a man who ran Germany during World War II.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna need Poland's dust.
I killed all the Godzillas.
Oh god.
What's up, brother? What's up, brother?
Geek.
Eek!
Oh, anyway. Now that we've got our quick reviews out, let's dive into this.
I'm just so
Dive
imagining.
into this movie. He's like saluting and everything. Like he's
No,
got
I'm
the
not
staff.
even thinking that. It's just like he goes up the surface. He's like, I want Poland. I want Czechoslovakia.
He did start looking at the people and was like,
Yeah.
He does
Later,
that
geek.
when he comes to Earth. I just want to point that out. He does that. That's how stupid this movie gets. Okay, well, I have a good shot. I just want to say, what's up, brother? What's up?
Hey.
All right. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
It takes place 5 years after Godzilla vs. Kong. They've officially confirmed. There's a time jump, like all these movies. They all have a nice little time gap, which is fun. And Kong is doing his thing on Hollow Earth. Godzilla's doing his thing on the surface.
Sleepy.
Yeah. Basically, this man's sleeping the whole movie and doing side quests. He's doing video game logic. That's what it is.
No, we need to talk about him. Just
He
walking
fights
into
monsters.
Wayne
He fights
Coliseum.
monsters. He fought Skyla and Rome before sleeping in the freaking Coliseum of all places.
Bro's just tackling people.
Dude, all right. I laughed hard because I didn't notice it the first time. So when he's fighting a big giant crab in the beginning. Like that's how you meet Godzilla. Is he's fighting a giant crab.
That that crab is the spider squid Skyla.
Yeah. I love how Godzilla jumps in the air, just like does like a leaping. It just
He did like the body slam.
yeah. So he picks up the crab, yeets it like he's fucking Tekken, then just continuously just kiss of death, and then he's like, "All right, I'm going to sleep in the Roman Coliseum." That's how you meet Godzilla. That's the best intro Godzilla has had in a minute in one of these movies.
Yeah.
Godzilla vs. Kong was cool, but he's just attacking Florida in the beginning because he knows about
Yeah.
Mecha Godzilla, even though they tried to say it wasn't. I was like, no, that's Mecha Godzilla. We meet Kong. He's just exploring Hollow Earth. He's hunting some giant, oversized wolves. No, he's living his life. Godzilla's doing his. They're doing their own thing, and they stay in the movie as long as they don't, occupy the same space. We have nothing to fear. Yeah, that only lasts about like 5 fucking minutes in the whole movie.
Yep.
Because Kong comes up, not because he's hurt, because he has a toothache. Now,
Toothache.
this is where we meet everyone's favorite character, the Trapper. Or Tracker, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Dr. Doolittle.
This is how well you know the human characters that we don't remember their names. Like there's scientist lady, podcast guy,
Podcast guy is Bernie.
Bernie.
Yeah, I think it's
Bernie.
His name is Bernie. Like,
and then
Bernie, he helped out with in the last movie with Mechagodzilla.
but
Stuff.
anyway,
an extreme veterinarian.
yeah, extreme.
Not- And then you also have
And the
Gia,
daughter.
the sign language Iwi. So,
The death chick who like is just
And then you have the pilot
the
who
pilot
just randomly goes nuts halfway through the movie.
the Scottish pilot.
It's nuts. That's all right. Anyway, so Kong comes up. He's got a toothache. Here comes everyone's favorite character out of this fucking movie. He's a tracker dude. Like he can track. Like he's basically he's Ace Ventura in the MonsterVerse.
That is a good way to put it.
It's Ace Ventura, but he can talk to Titans. They say it in the movie. He's an Ace Ventura hippie, and just his hairstyle and the way he dressed, it's Ace Ventura.
I'm just imagining the fourth movie now. He is Jet Jaguar.
He's gonna-
Oh no!
We need the Godzilla kick then.
We need
I'm
the
okay
Godzilla
with that
drop.
because this movie that would work.
Yeah, it just gets progressively dumb, and that's what I'm happy about. Anyway,
Continue.
so we meet the tracker dude. Literally, I think this is everyone's favorite character in this book. They need to bring him back and just let him get over the top. Just, I'm a vet for Titans. Let me fix them. I have modifications I want to add to them. I want to make them more cooler. That is literally his character. He is
What is he?
basically the fan of this movie. He is the
Yeah.
fans going, let's make them cooler. And we'll get to that. So they're doing their own thing. That the one death chick, she's seen visions of like shit from the future. Something's calling her down in Hollow Earth. They go down, yada yada. Kong goes home. He's still looking for what he thinks is his family. So now we're getting to Todd's favorite scene in this whole movie. Now we can talk about it. So this is where we meet Zuko, baby Kong, everyone's favorite. I didn't think the baby was dumb. I thought the baby was a brilliant addition.
He was.
I
Cute.
thought it was okay. I was worried, just like everyone else was.
Yeah, it was gonna get annoying, but
Then he shows up, and he's the biggest asshole.
he bites Kong
Chomp.
in
Chomp.
the finger right away, and Kong gets jumped by 3 other apes. This man not only is already kicking their asses, Zuko makes it worse by saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be like my big, family, army brothers. I got this too." He's not getting his axe. Kong rips him off his head, who's trying to claw at him, drags him through the ground, looks at this one ape, smacks the other one with him, smacks another one with him, smacks the other one back, and throws him at another one, hitting the other one, space planting in the ground.
It was beautiful.
I can't make this shit up. If I said I wanted more, give me fucking more of them.
Yeah,
I just wonder what was the process of writing that in the script. I really want to
We're
read
gonna
how
have
that
Kong
had
eat
played
the
out.
baby, beat the shit out of the other ape.
Bro can make
But-
anything a weapon.
Kong grabs the mini Kong. He slaps the other
Right,
apes with the mini Kong over and
His
over and
mindset
over.
is, if I can't have my axe, you're the next best thing.
yeah.
You're literally the next best thing. You gave me yourself as a weapon. Why would you do that?
Imagine how awesome if he was fighting Scar. He starts
Gonna
using
beat the
him
shit
as
out
the
of
weapon. They're on top of Earth. Godzilla and Kong have teamed up. He's up there too. He just grabs him, starts beating him up.
So then, Kong defeats the other apes. The one tries running away. He takes a perfectly like a baseball-sized rock and just whips it at him, and we hear the dunk. And again, brilliant Adam Wingard. I love how this man directed this.
Yeah.
Just because of how, again, we're not even at the most dumb parts yet. We
Wait,
haven't even
wait.
gotten-
Before you continue on, I just want to say that part where Kong throws the rock at the ape, it kind of reminds me. Remember that scene in Elf and the snow where the snowball
Oh,
fights
he
and
throws the
Yeah.
there's one guy
snowball.
running away and Will Ferrell just yoinks the snowball so far it hits him right in the head, knocking him out.
Yeah.
That
Also-
kind of reminded me of that scene. So
I wanted to bring up the fact that the Kong was gonna stab him even after he saved his ass.
Yeah.
This is Sparta 300 kicked him off the cliff.
Like, now you die.
Again, I can already see it now, of him, of people of the Snyder cult getting that clip going, Snyder's the blueprint. It's no, it's just a monkey just kicking another monkey off a cliff. They weren't Spartans, they were monkeys. Anyway, we learned that so Kong did a whole hunting bit in the beginning, and we learned that somehow they got up because they were what we thought they needed help. They were calling for the distress signal. It opens up this new part of Hollow Earth, the subterranean realm.
I believe so. Yeah.
Subterranean.
yeah, I think it's subterranean realm.
So it's this whole new uncharted part of Hollow Earth, which is really cool. I don't mind the movie took place in Hollow Earth.
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
Me
I think
neither.
you can do a lot more with Hollow Earth than people actually realize you can do.
Mhm.
Hollow Earth it's a big playground for the Titans.
And for anything to really happen because it hasn't really been explored.
So you can easily keep doing that. But anyway, so this is where we meet our other pilot guy. Like Todd said, losing his fucking shit for no reason. We don't even know why. But the tracker's like, hey, yo, there's something out here hunting. Like, we got to keep moving, but we can't go this way.
But we want to go this way.
No, I'm going to trust my thermal more than you Ace Ventura hippie bullshit.
Then gets eaten.
By a tree.
Yep.
Then this is where Tracker comes in as the favorite character. That's going to be everyone's favorite character at the end of the day. Favorite human character. So he's talking with Bernie. Bernie's like, I just saw a man get eaten by a tree. Like, how are you not like freaked out about this? Like, he's freaking out. Tracker's just sitting there smiling, like laughing at him. He's like, come here, brother. We'll mourn later. but, and then he goes something like, he's like, we'll mourn later. But this is nature. The Titans are reminding us that we're not top of the human food chain anymore. I'm like,
So don't step out of line.
I was like, can we just like write this character as he's gonna be a stoner too in the next one? Like he's the most vet stoner doctor on the face of the earth, and I wouldn't even complain. So we keep going a little bit. Again, this is mostly Kong's movie. You know, we get a little bit of I'll call it God of War 2018.
Yeah.
Him walking around with the little Kong with the axe. He's Kratos. He's Atreus. They're both just having a good time, just exploring Hollow Earth. They get into a fight. You know, he's like teaching Zuko, like, not all apes are dicks. Like, I'm being nice to you. Like, I already kicked your ass a once.
Evident when he kills that giant sea serpent in the pond, and then literally eats it and throws a piece to
at
Zuko.
Zuko, which is really funny. And then Zuko's like, "Oh, I guess you are being nice to me. Okay." Like usually they're not mean, or they're like all the
They
others.
usually use me as a weapon.
So anyway, they keep going. They get to this is where we meet our big bad of the movie, Scar King. You know, it's all the apes doing unpaid labor. They're like moving rocks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, one of the apes is being a dick to another ape. So Kong, you know, like is like, hey man, like I'll help you up. Like I'm not gonna be a dick to you. Like I don't know who you are. One ape just comes like in Kong's face, knocks him out. Again, another just dumb, like good written scene. Like, all right, this is getting dumb, but it's still working.
Yeah.
So then, you know, they hear the Kong knocking out the other ape. That's enough to get Scar King off of his throne. Not, hey, Kong is already here. He's not even at your doorstep. He's in your lair now. He just knocked out one of your or one of your other
guards or
guards or slave work for like no reason. That's what gets him to come down. Not the oh man, this monkey from like the earth that wasn't Hollow Earth is down here. It's the hey, he knocked out your guy.
Oh crap, I gotta deal with this guy because he wants to fight.
Yeah, so that's where we meet Scar King. He's an orangutan?
Yeah, pretty much.
He's pretty much an orangutan or lanky Kong.
And we learn he's got like this like weird whip thing, and we see like a little crystal. So I thought, you know, like oh, that's a piece of like the Godzilla. Like, like he somehow got a piece of Godzilla, like how Kong has the axe. No. They have an elaborate, cool trap door where lava stops. And that's where you meet Shimu, the ice dragon.
Shimu. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Shimu.
No, it's a horse.
It's Shimu.
It's an ice horse. I'm sorry.
The cool ice horse. And, you know, Kong.
Ice lizard.
I think that would have been awesome.
Yeah. And then anyway, so Kong is fighting both now. He's fighting Scar King, and he's fighting Shimu on their like little layer part.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just getting beat. He gets frostbite throughout his hand.
Yep.
Giant frostbite. Giant monkey frostbite. So they go, oh, I missed a bit of detail. That's my bad. So meanwhile, while that's going on, let's go back to the human plot. They find a hidden village, which is really cool. The Iwi tribe village. That's like under in Hollow Earth. They're camouflaged by this cool like thing.
Barrier.
Yeah, barrier. So, you know, they're all talking like, oh, you guys were sending the distress call. Like, what's going on? Oh, hey, now we're caught up to them knowing part of the story. Like, hey, Scar was imprisoned by Godzilla. He wants to get out. You cannot let him out. So, okay, well, Kong can take care of it. Now we're all caught up with everyone's point of view story colliding. Kong comes back all injured with Zuko, like, helping him out. Yada, yada, yada. They see the one monkey. He tells them, like, hey, this is where we can get out now. There's the portals that they come through when they get to Hollow Earth. We can go do all the fun stuff. Yada, yada, yada. So then, just an army of monkeys with Shimo, the ice horse, and Scar using him as a horse. They come charging into the barrier. Now, they were already at the doorstep. Meanwhile, we learn what's the death chick's name?
You mean Gia?
Yeah, Gia. That's her name. Gia, the death chick. Like, she did the sign language with Kong in the last movie. Now she's back in this one. So she's doing all that shit. Meanwhile, we're catching up with her story. She is important because they believe she can unite Kong and Godzilla with the help of resurrecting Mothra.
Yeah, Mothra.
Died
Yeah, Mothra had recently died in the King of the Monsters after trying to save Godzilla from Ghidorah. And first, the little post-credit scene from King of the Monsters, there was a little Easter egg where it said there's an article saying mysterious egg found, Mothra life cycle again, something like that.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, maybe that's a hinting of Mothra possibly returning, and maybe she laid an egg at one point, right before coming into the battle, and maybe we'll see another baby Mothra.
Yeah.
But no. Oh, we got much more than just a simple caterpillar.
I wanted the caterpillar, though.
No, Gia performed like this ritual with these people,
Popped in my head.
and out of golden bloom, Mothra comes back to life.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Y'all ever see 2016 Suicide Squad? Imagine Enchantress doing the weird hula dance in front of the portal. That's what she was doing to bring back Mothra.
I'm just imagining this combination of the Suicide Squad and Kong in the movie together.
Well, hey, we might see that eventually. We might see it as an animated film. I wouldn't put past him.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Well, that one is because here's the thing with the King Kong movies or the Godzilla movies, they pay Toei by the minute with each of the monsters. So that's probably why we didn't see a lot of Godzilla. That's why we probably only saw Mothra at the end. That's why with Godzilla versus Kong, we didn't have any other monsters.
Yeah, it was just
until
because they had to pay by minute to use those monsters.
So do they have to pay Toho for also Mechagodzilla?
Yes.
Even if it's like a different version of Mechagodzilla?
Yep.
Still their creation.
Yeah.
But anyway, where we at? Oh yeah. So, she resurrects Mothra. Meanwhile, Kong's going up to the surface. He's like, oh wait. All right, let's get to the best part of the movie. I keep missing parts of the movie that are really good.
And then
we saw it yesterday.
We forgot Godzilla's storyline too.
We'll get to it. Oh yeah. Anyway, Godzilla's off just doing side quests at the moment.
Yeah, just getting more radiation, being more powerful.
The side story is he's just getting radiation because he knows Scar is coming back or something's coming. He's like, I gotta
juiced up.
He's got to juice up a bit.
He kills Tiamat, like a water dragon.
Tiamat Tiamat is a sea dragon creature. She appeared in the Godzilla Dominion book as the previous owner of his old lair, which Godzilla defeated her and drove her out after declaring his Alpha Titan status and reclaimed his old home in Hollow Earth from her. Yeah.
But now in this one, he just goes straight for her. No, even just, hey, where's Godzilla going? Hey, why is he going to the North Pole? Who's over there? Hey, it's Tiamat's lair. Why is he going to fight her? Oh, okay, sun radiation.
Superman.
Yeah, he's becoming Superman at this point. So, he kills off Tiamat in a really cool way. Again, it's like an off-screen. You just see, like, the kiss of death just start, like, wailing in the sky. And then you see Tiamat, like, come up, like, just dead. And you're like, oh, shit. Like, all right. Like, this man's serious now. Then he goes and hibernates and rests just to get the sun energy piercing through him. Then
he becomes Barbie.
Yeah, he becomes Barbie.
He becomes Barbenheimer.
Or Kaioken from Dragon Ball, which Adam Wingard said it was a Kaioken that for the Titans, which is really cool.
Perfect.
And then so Kong comes up to the surface. Godzilla awakens. They have beef from 6,000 miles apart. Godzilla senses him. He stands up on a hill just and then does a swan dive of eternity into a giant ocean, starts swimming towards Egypt. Let's talk about how dumb this fight gets now.
This fight was
And
amazing.
don't forget, you know what?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
we'll get to.
Yeah, we'll get- yeah.
Okay, we can tell that later.
Yeah.
So Trapper goes, "Hey, it's time for Project Powerhouse." What could Project Powerhouse be? Asks Bernie. Oh, after Godzilla and Kong fought, and then Mecha Godzilla showed up, we made modifications for Kong.
Because it seems like a brilliant idea. I'm sorry, that is the dumbest
But
thing.
hey, no. But
You gotta
then in
sell
their
toys.
case- But in their case, it's still a good idea. But the government tried shutting us down, so they were wrong for that. You are putting
Modifications.
No,
to
no, no,
giant
no, no, no,
kaiju
no.
monsters.
It's not that. It's not that. This is where the movie gets dumb fun when you actually take a minute to think about what is going on in this damn movie. They are taking U.S. tax dollars and making modifications for a giant ape they can barely control. Now, let's go ahead and process what I just said. First of all, on that logic, your property tax is going up. And because we know Monarch is what? It's a US based corporation or
U.S. secret agency.
yeah,
something
US
like
secret
that.
agency. So not only are we already paying the
Secret.
government, yeah, secret now. Oh, they still treat it as a secret organization. Okay, hold up. Oh my god. This is why this movie gets this dumb. So I missed a whole part. They have this room full of brilliant scientists that Monarch personally hires. Yet she goes to Bernie, who is a podcaster and doesn't work for Monarch.
He has conspiracy theories, man.
No,
you
it's
gotta
not
have
even the
you gotta have the Winston in your group. Your human character that's the outsider.
Okay, you can have that. That's not the problem.
Why doesn't he work for Monarch?
You,
That's my problem. Like, he should be working for Monarch.
if he worked for Monarch, I wouldn't bitch about that plot. But it's the fact that you had the U.S. Senator on the phone real quick going, "Oh, Senator, don't worry. We have the best scientists in the world here." Yet I had to go to a podcaster because they don't know what they're talking about. What is it called? The seismogram? Whatever.
Yeah, the seismogram.
Seismogram. Think about what I just said. How do you... Damn, y'all are live right now. Awesome. What's up, Colin? Again, you have... This is why I love how dumb this movie fucking gets. It points out its own logic throughout the fucking movie. It's the, hey, don't worry, Miss Senator. We have Kong under control. We have the greatest scientists in the world working fucking under us. Yet I went to a podcaster, conspiracy theorist, who doesn't fucking work for us. I'm cutting your funding. That's what should have been the fucking phone call. Oh my god. Anyway, back to the giant fucking arm. Here. Next time we might review Star Wars. Off topic. Yeah, Tales of the Empire is coming out.
Tales of the Empire. We have Phantom Menace coming out.
What's the Acolyte? Anyway,
Yep.
back to Godzilla Kong. So again, let's rehash what is happening on the government side of this movie. Our tax dollars, hard-working people tax dollars, are going to make a giant fist for a 350-foot tall monkey.
But it was amazing.
It's amazing, but when you think about it, it gets stupid.
You gotta sell toys,
Why
man.
you leave your brain in your car?
That's fine. I just laugh at that part because it's really funny. Oh, yeah, the government cut our funding. I wonder fucking why.
One wanted to say something.
Oh, go ahead, Juan.
Oh no, I was just saying you gotta sell them toys, man.
Sell them
Yeah,
toys.
it's all on fucking noise.
It's all those Funko Pops.
I want there to talk about because we're going to talk about this big fight scene between Godzilla and Kong.
We haven't even got to like the best parts of that.
I really want a wrestling arena with like the parents in the background.
All right, yeah.
For my Godzilla and Kong toys.
Let's talk about that because my friend brought it up as the movie was going on yesterday during my rewatch. Not only does Godzilla and Kong have a really fun rematch, so he goes up to the portal, it opens up in Egypt. Again, they're 6,000 miles apart from each other, having fucking beef with each other. That's the greatest part. So then Godzilla is just hauling ass towards fucking Egypt. Like, even like all the governments are trying to stop him at this point. And they're just like, all right, we're just gonna let Kong take care of this. All right. So Kong comes up and he sees the circle. He's telling Godzilla, hey man, like, I don't want to fight. Fucking stop. Hold on.
Mr. Aziz.
It's him like and then Godzilla gets closer. And this man drops his arms. And you see Kong's eyes widen. Like, oh shit, alright. I wasn't prepared for this. Anyway, not only are they fighting, Godzilla uses a technique I saw in the second watch because I didn't see it during the first one. He grabs sand and just throws it at fucking Godzilla charging at him. And Godzilla just gets disoriented, runs into the pyramid, just destroying it.
I just like all the wrestling moves that was used.
We're not even there. Okay. Anyway, so my one friend pointed out as the fight's going on, he goes, well, that's like millions of years of history just gone now. The pyramids are just gone.
First Transformers, now Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah. So as they're fighting, Godzilla puts Kong in a position up against the pyramid. He took his head, slammed it into the pyramid, grabs him, just duplexes him. That was the coolest fucking thing I have ever seen out of these MonsterVerse franchise movies.
Even better than him taking out Little Kong and beating up other monkeys.
Listen, you give me a Titan suplexing another Titan with a WWE wrestling move. It's getting a 10 out of 10. That's what sold me on the 10 out of 10. As I just sat there and I was like, this is just dumb fun and I fucking love it. Like, you cannot hate this movie.
No.
If you can find a legitimate reason to give this movie anything under a 7, your review is no longer valid. You watch two Titans, one suplex another one, and then the Kong used the little Kong as an axe to beat the shit out of the other monkey. You know what you are watching when you buy this damn ticket. You cannot fucking hate this movie.
I was expecting Godzilla minus.
Shut up. Anyway,
Shut up.
so Kong gets this cool, like, oh yeah, I missed the whole part about how he gets the upgrade. So it's a giant mechanical urn with the needle drop to kiss his
Cures frostbite.
Yeah, you got
to cure the
frostbite.
frostbite. But the needle drop song is "I Was Made for Loving You"
By
Kiss,
Kiss.
blasting in the background, and Trapper just jamming out, throwing the augmentation on the Kong, and I'm like, this dude is so relatable. Like, this is exactly what I'd be doing. Blasting rock music, listen to the thing. So then he already drives the ship to, like, where they're all set up to get this, like, third act battle going. Then he goes, hold on, I got one more trick up my sleeve. Runs however far to go get the other ship.
Yeah, you got super speed now.
Not even lining up at this point.
Is he a mutant?
I thought about that for a minute. I was like, when didn't they park that far away? This man was running how many miles just to go get that ship? So he calls in like these cool like little predator things, and they're just flying, and it's blasting "Turn Me Loose" by Loverboy. That's just like has an electric feel. So anyway, back up on the surface because they're still trying to buy them time so that the other apes like Scar King and them can't get to the surface. Mothra comes up, stops the fight. It's like, hey, you gotta do this. But even before that, Kong just knocks out Godzilla, starts dragging him to the portal, thinking, yeah, this is a good idea. Oh, you just heard the
Charging.
and here's
That one?
Yeah.
The best.
Well, what a
run.
beautiful shot that was.
Oh, yeah.
Godzilla,
Yeah.
Kong, and Mothra.
Godzilla, Kong, Mothra together, three monsters.
No, I
in
was
one.
gonna say Lorenzo. A tracker got super speed now. He evaded the tree monster somehow.
Oh my god.
I
am gonna
can't
say
take
that.
these movies seriously.
They were some
I
beautiful
love these
shots.
movies.
Oh yeah, especially when you get to the Mothra, Godzilla, and Kong shot,
Mhm.
with them just sitting over there with the destruction of the pyramids.
Yeah.
It's just that. So then, Scar has Shimu stop these crystals that they theorize that, hey, can one stop them from getting up to the surface? But it doesn't work the way they think with gravity. That kind of bugged me a little bit.
Mhm.
It's like, first of all, you want the gravity for there not be gravity. Knowing great and well gravity has, when you have zero gravity, you can float up to the top. Anyway,
Again,
logic aside,
mindless dumb movie.
mindless aside, taking brain out and give me more monsters. Now we're in for the good part. You see from the portal a giant just ball come flying out of nowhere. Up comes Godzilla and Kong start charging towards Shimu and the army of apes.
Yeah, the money shot.
The
Best
money-
shot, right?
They all jump at each other. That's in the
But
image. I think I can
right
pull it.
before that, though, Godzilla or Kong riding on Godzilla.
Yeah,
Godzilla, Kong riding Godzilla.
he used Godzilla as the horse the way Scar was using Shimu as a horse, and I was just so like, I was like, this is a beautiful ass shot.
And that one little free, and then when they jump together, that freeze frame, brilliant cinematography shot.
So yeah,
right
let's I
there.
can pull the shot up real quick because I have it pulled up on one of my things. So yeah, this is the shot.
Ooh.
That
Look
is
at this. This is a work of
shit.
art.
Yeah, that is.
Choose your character.
I really want someone to add the Smash Brother Brawl music over this with the little selector trying to pick who to be in this fight. You already did it, didn't you?
Going to.
Yes!
Yay!
They're all charging at each other. And this is what I told someone, because someone tried to tell me this was bad. I was like, nope. Twitter has brain dead users when they say something like this is bad. I was like, explain to me how it's bad. They're like, it looks stupid. I go, you're watching a movie where it's two monkeys and two lizards fighting each other. And this is what you're calling dumb.
They wanted Godzilla minus. I hate this is where the
point.
problem comes into, like, all the negative towards this movie is because we just saw we saw the Academy Award of Godzilla movies.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know.
And I told people, I was like, listen, don't compare this to minus one because it's not the same storytelling and it's not the same team. The MonsterVerse was thriving before minus one.
Yep.
Minus one was just Toho going, all right, we need our original Godzilla film now. The Americans are getting their cool MonsterVerse stuff. We need to have our serious, like, Shin Godzilla again. But now we're doing minus one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. You can have both movies.
That's the great thing. Is like there's both movies here. They're both good movies. I don't give a crap what anyone says. They are.
Yeah.
They're completely different. That's the big thing.
They're
It's like-
amazing in their own way.
Yeah.
But it's when you start comparing and nitpicking one another. And it's like,
you're comparing an apple to an orange at the end of the day.
it's like you're comparing. How do I say this nice? You're comparing, if you were to compare, like, New York City restaurant, like a steak restaurant, like they have the finest steak, it costs $100, like that, to maybe like a Dave and Buster's like arcade game where you're getting a steak from them. At the end of the day, it's still a steak. But you got to remember what you're paying for at the end of the day.
It's better example. Five Guys, McDonald's.
Yeah, your quality is what you're paying, or Red Robin's, or McDonald's.
But you love.
You just love a burger. And
You just love a burger, and the McDonald's burger just does it for you.
Yeah. Like that's what you're comparing at the end of the day. And
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just
throw your brain out the window for a
Yeah.
moment.
turn your brain out the window, turn it off, watch 4 monsters collide at each other. So then, now we're fighting in zero gravity. You want to talk about this one, John? I think I've been talking forever.
Where it's well, John talks.
John, you want to talk about this fight? You seem to like this fight a lot. You love this fight.
In the
Look at your face are like,
No one knows how to describe this fight because it's that.
well, I could describe the city fight for you, but
All right. You want me to do
but
that?
I could give you some
here's the
parts.
zero gravity fight.
There's one part of the
So-
gravity fight that does count. Basically, it's Godzilla, Kong, Shimu, and Scar King jumping up on rocks while beating the shit out of each other. And there's some moments where some of the apes are trying to go after them, and freaking Baby Kong grabs a rock and shoves it, just throws it down on one of the apes' face.
This movie made me happy.
Baby Kong into the fight is one thing, and having him throw a rock at a giant ape bigger than him.
Again,
Oh boy! Oh boy!
the more dumber this movie gets, the better it is.
Mhm.
Because now you have not only you have monkeys flying around in zero gravity, you have Godzilla doing 360, smacking them with his tail around, and while also firing his kiss of death at steam.
I like how they just adapted to Godzilla's just casually just looked like he was swimming. He
Yeah,
looked
it just gets dumb. Anyway, now that they're fighting in Hollow Earth, guess what? The gravity shifts again. So somehow Scar, Kong, Godzilla, and Shimu are perfectly aligned with the gravity. They go through another portal. But guess what? They're not shooting back up at Egypt. They're shooting
Rio.
up at Rio.
In Rio, of all places.
Yeah, you see like everything start freezing from Shimu, and they're like, "Oh hey, like why
Hey,
the
Ghost-
water froze?" Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
Frozen
then you
Empire
see-
Part 2.
And then you see what I thought was another funny shot. 4 Titans come flying out of the water.
And landing in the ocean and in the beach.
Yeah,
Now, Scar King's plan all along was to get revenge on the surface world. So, of course, you see a bit of a evil smile on him for a bit before roaring to fear to make the citizens run away in fear of him. And then the best battle occurs here.
Hold on. You want to know what that of them flying out of the portal reminded me of? Where you just see the Titans just flying in the air, just not having control. You posted a video, John, that reminded me of it. Imagine if someone were to throw the Muppets. That's what they look like, flailing through the air, all the Titans. And you just see Scar just trying to do this. Kong is just in the air. Godzilla's just like floating like Adam Warlock. And Shimu's just confused as to what the hell is going on and where they're at now. It's if you were to see a Muppet fly across the screen on the Muppet Show. That's what it's equivalent to.
And you realize that now I'm going to edit that scene with Muppet sound effects.
There's got to be another thing we can compare it to. Like just how you just see them come flying out of
There's something that it reminds me of, and I can't think of what it is. And it's bothering me. Because it's like, it's right there. I see this image of like portals.
people being shot out of a portal. Just
Yeah.
landing in control.
I can't think of it. And it makes me angry. And watch it. 2 hours later, we'll be texting
Yeah,
Lorenzo.
he's gonna text me about.
I know what it
Figure
is.
it out.
But John, back to the fight.
So, the battle Scar King and Kong eventually take their battle to the city of Rio along with Godzilla and Shibu. And here comes the best moment of the fight. Celia and I have constantly been shouting this throughout the long. But Scar King's whip can be used like a chain to wrap around a building and tear half of it off, and he throws it like a block. And Kong punches it with the gauntlet. And Celia, if you're watching this, you can say it with me: the monkey chain, the monkey's fist, the
He
monkey.
Falcon punched that.
And you also hear the arm just like go back, and you hear the dun dun dun, boom. It made me happy.
I would love to watch this movie on the big screen. Just me, you, John. No one else. So we could totally make fun of this movie.
They're just our private screen.
I felt so bad for the people next to us.
Oh my god, the one lady sitting next to us just kept looking at us because she wasn't laughing at half the shit we were laughing at. But I'm pretty sure she was watching the movie alone for some weird reason.
No, there was another person next to her.
Oh, okay. I thought she was just like watching it alone. And I was like, oh, that was really weird. Like, why are you watching this movie? Like, that's the one movie you come to see alone. Like, I understand why, but it's just the concept of this one.
She was probably pissed off with her boyfriend for making her go see this movie. Like, this is not a date movie. This is a movie you go out with your guys, you get beer, you get drunk, and you're like, I want to see giant monkey fight giant lizard.
It came to me what them shooting out of the portal reminded me of. Remember Super Mario Brothers?
Yes.
I'll just shoot out where it's like talking about Mario and Luigi, and then out come Mario and fucking Luigi.
And Bowser's
Thank you.
castle. And Bowser's little
In this
castle.
Yeah,
In this
Bowser
case, Donkey
flying out,
Donkey
Jim,
Kong and
Bowser
Bowser.
flying out of the pipe. Like,
Monkey.
Monkey
That's
lizard.
what it was, and it was brilliant. Sorry, it came to me. Continue, John.
As you could tell, we really like this movie.
I fucking love this movie. I want to go see it a third time.
I want to see it.
I want to see it another time.
I want to see it in Super IMAX.
Too bad the only Super EMAX projector is at Canada. The rest of them don't have EMAX. So it's gonna piss, like Super. They have EMAX. just
Do you
not
know when
big.
they're gonna have it fixed?
We could probably just go to the AMC because that's IMAX. That's a big ass IMAX
Right.
screen. I think that's bigger than Imagine. A little bit. The IMAX over there.
I'm gonna see what is the biggest IMAX in Michigan.
It's probably the.
Might be the one in Grand Rapids.
Yo, where the Henry?
I did not. That was my stomach.
Oh, jeez.
Now I just did, but that was my stomach.
Atomic. Bro's charging up.
His stomach sounded like the Godzilla.
Dun, 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 dun.
Boom.
Yep.
Dude, that will always be badass.
So,
You guys are
so
just
anyway,
losing it there.
You can tell we love this movie so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's finish up this.
let's finish the battle. The battle goes on. Scar King fights Kong. Godzilla fights Shimu, and then this is the bit where the twist comes in. You see, on Scar King's bone chain is a crystal, and this crystal is what controls Shimu. So the plan is to remove the crystal, destroy it completely, so Shimu will no longer be under Scar King's control. So, and so they get it up. They managed to get the crystal off the weapon after a little after a little fight over to get the crystal. Like, oh no, you get me. Like, he's like, no, you're mine. Obey me. Kong's like, no, get. no,
And
you'll
then
be
Super
you'll be
this
mean.
day.
Yada 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 yada. And it goes along until here it comes, folks. Freaking baby Kong comes in with Kong's axe
I'm just dragging it.
and smashes the crystal to pieces.
And then
So now
Shimu
So now
just
she
sitting there
moves.
going, huh? Like
Huh?
he's just smiling. He's
She's like,
free.
"What?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
free."
free from this eternal hell.
And so now that Shimu is now officially a good guy, Godzilla orders her, being the Alpha Titan that he is, to literally freeze Scar King.
But a second before that, we see Godzilla spin around, smack Scar with his tail, sending him flying over to Kong. They then proceed to pull a Super Smash Brothers melee wombo combo, throwing Scar around like a tennis ball, like it's a giant Titan tennis match. Kong then catches Scar. Shimu freezes him. Kong slams him down, shattering him.
Fatality.
Got the final
Let's-
punch.
I loved this movie so fucking much. I don't care what anyone says. Listen, if I can defend the Flash for this long, I can put a fight up with this damn movie.
Which one was better?
Oh, fuck, that's a tough one. Oh my god.
What have you done, Todd? You put him in a tough spot.
This one was better.
Okay.
Because I got to see, again, I knew what I paid for this one. Big monster fights. I got big monster fights as the director Adam Wingard took his hands like Master Hand and was smashing them together like a toddler fighting with his toys.
So, would you say it's your favorite of the MonsterVerse?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Definitely.
I'd say it goes, and this is what I rate him because I put it on Letterboxd just to save it because I was smart. So I did my MonsterVerse review. Some people kind of looked at it, was like, really? Okay. Number 1, New Empire, obviously. Number 2, Kong Skull Island. Number 3, Godzilla vs. Kong. 4 is King of the Monsters. 5 is 2014.
Switch Godzilla and Kong and Skull Island. That's pretty much my list.
Oh, so you like New Empire, then Godzilla vs. Kong, and
Yep.
then Skull Island. Okay. Yeah. I like Skull Island because the human characters are
Yeah.
fantastic in that damn movie. It's the cast in the movie.
I like Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, that's a fair one.
I like the fact that they team up. We got the fight. I got everything I wanted from it.
Yeah.
Godzilla X-Con just improved everything.
Yeah, it took a minute to improve.
There was no fight scenes at night. You got them all during the day.
And I want to bring up, just for a second, not to mention, I want to look at Adam Wingard's film history real quick, because this man hasn't done a lot of good. I mean, he's done a lot of good movies, but they've been very just like hit or miss.
Do you know who his inspiration is?
Who's that?
I do not know.
And I thought this was really interesting. James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd.
That is fantastic.
Oh,
So as you can see, yeah, he's done
Yeah.
Godzilla Kong and he's done Godzilla vs. Kong. His worst movie, I want to say on this list,
Death Note.
Death
Death
Note.
To be fair, I'm gonna say this about Death Note. The direction of that movie is not bad.
oh yeah, I think everything was good in the movie. It's the script. 'cause
It was
he didn't
it was
write-
the script.
Yeah, he did not write this movie. It was who wrote it? Yeah, he just came in and directed.
Yeah.
But it's
No, I
just
didn't know he was in that.
it's just he was known for Death Note in my mind
Mhm.
before he did this one.
Yeah.
I saw his name, I was like, why the fuck does his name look familiar? And I saw attached this, I was like, oh, son of a bitch. Wait, he did Blair Witch? No, he directed it. Oh, he did.
Oh, the original. Oh,
No,
the
remake.
No, that's the 2016 one.
Yeah, that was the remake. He did VHS 2, A lot
Those
of
like
films are
Yeah.
those films.
Smaller
VHS
horror background.
Fear Street
Possibly.
Part 1. That was him. I heard that was pretty good.
Yeah.
84. Oh, no, it wasn't him.
He might have been was he a producer, a writer? Maybe he was part
Mm.
2.
But, yeah, I think his highest films right now are this one, obviously. And see, they only show what pisses me off about Google. They only show the critic review. If you pull up the audience review, yeah, it deserves that. It deserves this as the tomato meter too.
Oh yeah.
I want to just see what the fuck they said about this damn movie. It's been driving me nuts that it's at a 53.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Okay, so this guy gave it a 5 out of 10. Titans vs. Titans, almost non-stop CGI monster mash, complete with Mecha Kong and Godzilla. A script that's basically a hastily scribed cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
described the movie. What do you want out of it? This guy
Shakespeare.
gave it 2 out of 5.
Godzilla and Kong used to have beef. Now they kiss and made up.
There's no real meat in this generic big screen showdown.
This one's a top critic of all things.
Weightless CGI. They're not weightless until like the Hollow Earth fight scene. They're putting weight behind their shit. He's only bitching about Godzilla jumped and landed in water and then jumped and landed on another Titan. Buddy, it's called fighting.
Can you take a
I
moment
love
to
this one.
appreciate
It starts out with a lot of promise and takes itself too seriously and becomes
Tedious. Also, not much Godzilla for a Godzilla Kong movie.
that I understand.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just like the fact like it took itself too seriously. I'm
Hold
like, what?
This one's a good one. As much fun as it is to watch Titans fight, at some point you go, like, what's the point of this?
Oh boy.
From a radioactive war in 2014 to atomically terrible breath in 2024, the Monsterverse is getting long and a decaying tooth. There's only been 5 fucking films. What's long about it? You're treating it like it's the MCU and the DCEU.
Yeah. Trust me, buddy.
All right, this is
MCU.
another guy then. Who's this guy?
Rich Klein.
Director Adam Wingard tries, but can't make the action mayhem hold our attention. It's never
Hello.
Hold on. It's never more than pointless carnage.
They're giant monsters.
But you gave
Monster.
Godzilla -1 a 10 for the carnage he did to that little city. I don't know what you want out of this movie. Oh, wait, hold on. And the filmmaking blissfully ignores the millions of humans who perish in all of this fallen destruction. Yeah, give it a fucking 5 for that. A forgettable B film with a giant budget and a small story. So every Godzilla film ever.
Yeah.
So every Godzilla film ever.
Nah, it's not the Monsterverse weakest. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah.
The script is so nonsensical, with a cast delivering lines with less than care they would with a pizza. A jumbo monstrosity. I don't know what they want out of these movies.
These people just aren't true monster fans like us.
Yeah, a lot of them gave it a 3 or a 2. Like, what the... I don't understand what critics want out of movies nowadays.
Well, I think the problem with critics is essentially they watch hundreds and hundreds of movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this movie is very predictable, and they're tired of that. They want, you know, at the end of the day, film critics want something a little bit new, and they don't want the same thing over and over again. And coming from someone who's watched a crap ton of movies,
This guy from Detroit News gave it a C-. I'm gonna find you, Adam. Mark my words. I'm gonna throw pocket sand at you and watch what happens when I throw sand at you and we're fighting.
like you know, as a film critic, I don't understand you know what you're getting yourself into, and you're expecting something different.
Mhm.
Spectacular, I guess. Hold on.
Yeah, hey, this dude, Kyle Smith. All right. You can already tell this dude's a Kyle. Let's see what he said. Spectacular, I guess. If you're wowed by soulless CGI chaos, buddy, you saw -1. That Godzilla is soulless too. If I had to guess, thrilling? Question mark. Not really. At the end, I was left feeling the way Kong does at the beginning, tired and bored. Really, I wanted more of this nonsense, like just the Titans fighting each other.
Yeah.
God, if I had a nickel for every bad critic review on this movie, I think we'd be rich.
Nah.
I want to see all. I want to see what the audience was saying. Oh yeah, the audience fucking loves this movie. Yeah, great movie. Definitely recommend it to my friends and families that are MonsterVerse fans. Yeah, was a great film. The next big monster threat needs to be Space Godzilla or Destroyer. Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. Someone gave it a once. What is his name?
Generally, one of the most boring movies I've ever seen. So unbelievable, predictable all the way throughout. Even the CGI was poor.
What's his
Wait,
name?
Buddy, what?
he said unbelievable.
What is his name? It's Fancy. Okay.
Okay, that's kind of a.
Yeah, everyone loves it. Think it's worth the entertainment value. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're paying for the
That's-
entertainment value at the end of the day. Love the
With
movie.
the title like Godzilla and Kong, what do you guys?
I love this one. This dude gave it a 5 stars, not even talking about the movie. As if the cock tomato critics are reliable these days. This movie was what is meant to be fun. I'm a
Yes.
good
Thank you, sir.
Faraze I. Yeah.
Faraze, thank you.
Again, this movie, it's a turn off your brain. Go watch monsters fight. Oh.
Andre Meadows.
Yeah. I know this movie is dumb, but I had a smile on my face the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black nerd.
Yeah,
Yep.
Black Nerd Comedy.
Yeah.
Again, if you guys don't know what Black Nerd Comedy is, he likes a lot of 80s and 90s stuff. That's what
Yep.
he grew up on, which is really cool. And he's always honest about a lot of things. That is an honest review.
I've seen like his video review of it, and you can just see the smile on his face. Like, yeah, this movie is dumb,
Yeah,
but I love every moment of it.
it's like how I was saying. The further it goes, the more dumber it gets, and you're just not even questioning it at this point.
Because they don't question it. They're not put.
No.
There's no logic with it, so you're okay with it. If this movie tried to add logic to it, it would have fallen apart.
Yeah, it would have easily fallen apart. But I'm curious of. Can you see all of his reviews? Frozen Empire, all the ideas we're presenting, they were good. Just give them time to breathe.
Yeah.
Godzilla -1 he did. Rise of the Beast, Volume 3, Mario Brothers. Wow, he gave Mario Brothers a low one. Or that's
Jeez.
that's a tomato meter.
Yeah.
I don't think that's his.
Um,
He gave Rise of the TMNT. Yeah, I like that. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't do Mutant Mayhem.
He wasn't allowed.
Strike.
Yeah.
He wasn't allowed to
Oh, I forgot.
because
about
he's
he did review. He did TMNT reviews with the ABGN and Nostalgia Critic too.
Yeah. I forgot they couldn't talk about it because of the strike at that point.
Right.
Anyway, that's our big talk about this movie. If you guys want to talk about anything else,
So let's talk about the what do we want out of a sequel? 'Cause let's face it, there's going to be a sequel.
give me.
Yes.
All right, this is what I want to happen. Monarch is now on the brinks of the government does not want to fund them after Scar King coming up and just destroying all of these cities.
Mhm.
The U.S. is getting bombarded by other countries going, you're funding this, but you can't control this. We're going to take it into our hands now. Recreate the destroyer bomb or the oxygen destroyer.
Mhm.
Make it Godzilla Kong destroy all monsters.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And then we get the origin of Destroyer.
Well, I want this.
Or, because isn't Destroyer what's Destroyer's backstory? What's his official backstory?
Destroyer was created from the oxygen destroyer, which was the weapon that killed the first Godzilla.
That'd be an interesting.
So, this is where I was going to go with it, but I didn't know if it was going to make sense. I had to hear his backstory one more time. Make it to where the government gets all this DNA. They try to create their own Titan. And now it fires.
Can you
Like a Jurassic
imagine?
Park kind of.
Can you imagine them doing that? And it's DNA of Kong, DNA of
Godzilla.
Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mothra,
Rodan. All this
Rodan.
DNA. And they're going, all right, if they won't listen to us, we're going to make our own man-made ones. But then, it doesn't want to be controlled by us.
Yeah.
Now we just unleash this giant destroyer into the world.
I would love that. I would love for them to bring back. I would love them to build like a Mecha Kong, from like King Kong Escapes.
Mhm.
I want to see Kong as a father. I want to see Godzilla with a kid.
Son of Godzilla.
Yeah. And I would love for them to not fight. I want them to be like, these guys are now best buddies. Like, we're tired of, they're like, maybe they box a little bit now here and there, but like, that would be a fun way to open that movie. It's just a giant
I
fight.
think they're actually going at it.
And like, the government's like, the government's thinking like, they're going at it, and like the scientists are like, no, they're playing. They're like, they're best friends now.
Yeah.
Like,
And Mothra's
Drinking a
trying to
beer.
make none of them
yeah.
kind of like stretch their ego a little bit.
Yeah.
Like she's there to control them.
And the kids are having a play date and all this other fun things. It's like Kong's showing Godzilla around Hollow Earth, and you're like, hey, this is my clan here,
Hey,
over here.
this is our pooping people. It just gets dumb.
Where does all the poop go?
Yeah.
They did make a movie a while back where what did they do with the dead bodies of like the giant monsters, and there's like this cleanup crew. But just like give me more ridiculous.
Yeah, just get ridiculous with it.
Don't go too ridiculous with it, but go like 2 steps what we have now.
Who directed -1? What was the dude's name?
I
Some
could not
Japanese
tell you,
guy.
and if I did remember, I probably couldn't pronounce it.
Some guy from Japan. I can
American?
say that.
His name is
Takashi Yamazaki.
Takahashi.
So him and Adam Wingard sat down, I think it was like a few weeks ago, and this dude loves the last 2 Monsterverse series. He's like, I'm a big fan of them. And Wingard's like, well, I'm a big fan of yours. He's like, did you get inspiration from the old Showa era? And Adam Wingard's like, yeah, that's where I want the Monsterverse to go now. Like, that's what we're talking about. We want it to just go just all out, just fucking fun.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that, Toei, or not Toei, Toho, really lets them use all the monsters. Like, really go out with this. Like, just make it dumber, make it bigger, make it stronger.
Well, now people thought that Sony was going to have control of the Monsterverse, but that's not the case anymore. So if you didn't know, Legendary broke off from Warner Brothers for a minute. They signed a new deal with Sony Pictures. So everyone thought the Monsterverse is now going to be going by Sony. That's not the case. Any new IP Legendary wants to do goes through Sony. However,
any old
Dune and Monsterverse being one of them, being both of those, are still under Warner Brothers.
I'm okay with that.
They are Warner Brother franchises. Warner Brothers has the say in what they want to do with the Monsterverse and Dune. Sony cannot take those 2 away from Warner Brothers.
Thanks for that.
So it's the Monsterverse.
Don't you want a Madam Godzilla?
Yo.
Queen Kong. Don't you want Queen Kong? Don't you want them to remake Queen Kong?
No.
Have you ever seen Queen Kong?
Oh, jeez. You mean that musical knockoff?
Here's a movie I need to make you watch. You know what? I figured out what the first episode of I Make Lawrence watch.
Adam's like, no.
How do you guys see?
That first movie you sent me of the monkey versus lizard?
Yeah.
They did a few years ago after Godzilla vs. Kong.
No matter
How do you
what.
guys see this doing in the end of its box office?
It's
Run.
what Godzilla vs Kong.
Yeah, in the end of it, how do you guys see it? Like,
I see it hitting. Because what did it hit recently?
Yeah, I know it's over 200 mil now.
Oh, its budget's only 135.
Yeah.
That's extremely small for this
Yeah.
movie.
So you're looking at a $200 million budget.
Yeah.
Just adding promotions and things like that.
So, do I gotta use Box Office Mojo? Yeah, just see what it's at. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's at 200.
Yeah, it's already doubled its money.
That was last week. Yeah, in 16. The Easter. Yeah, it did pretty good.
And I think it's gonna be number one
Or
this
this is-
weekend too. Because I don't see The Omen making money. I don't see Monkey Man maybe could be a sleeper hit. But I think more and more people are gonna go see Godzilla X Kong because you're either the people want to see what the fans are loving this movie
mhm.
and there's word of mouth going around now. So I'm expecting this movie to break 500 mil.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Well, dude,
Totally.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think Godzilla vs Kong. It opened just shy of hitting Super Mario Brothers
Mm-hmm.
because Easter weekend was, I hear, it's usually a big for box
Yeah.
office. It passed. No, it almost hit it. I knew it was shy. Was Batman vs Superman. Still holds, I think, one of the biggest openings.
Well, I remember back when it was COVID.
Well, even if so, it's Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
That's the thing where it'll hit 500 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam, he said it's gonna hit 500 million. Yeah.
It hasn't been
Yeah.
released in China yet.
I don't think so. Has it?
That's a
Really? I
question. Because I don't think it hit Japan yet. And I don't know if China's gonna take it or not. Because they changed the way American films go to China now.
What
What are you looking for?
trying to fix it to where I can see what was the. Oh, is that a way I can see it a little bit? Yeah. So right now, 2016. It still holds it. Furious 7 is close. Then it's Super Mario. Godzilla vs Kong is a little low. Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice still holds the biggest opening for Easter weekend, for a holiday weekend right now, and that's just because, like I've said, it's Batman vs Superman. It's a given.
Yeah.
That movie should have hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
I have strong faith this is going to get close to $1 billion.
I think 600. It's still a niche.
I'm going to put it at 700.
It's still a niche property.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, it's regular moviegoers are not usually going to go see a Godzilla vs Kong movie.
They're not, but if they just keep hearing people talking about going, hey,
Word of
this
mouth.
movie is stupid, go watch this.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right, I heard this movie is stupid. I know what I'm already watching. Holy shit, this was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's that reaction.
Hey, John, what do you want from the sequel?
Well, I would like Destroyer to appear since they kind of already did hint of his existence since they already brought in the Oxygen Destroyer when they used it to attack Ghidorah and Godzilla and King of the Monsters. And I kind of did like the idea of like almost like what you said, Lorenzo, where where the government is sick of Monarch and they try to create their own Titan, but it's not obeying us. It goes rogue, and so it'll be up to Godzilla Kong to stop him. And like you said, Todd, it'd be nice to see them not fight for once.
I just want
And-
them to be best friends.
Yeah, maybe just maybe be at peace with each other.
And
If we were to a sequel to, if we do a Son of Kong movie or a Son of Godzilla movie, maybe that could be more of an in between type movie. I could say.
and I mentioned this, I think, before this podcast started. I would love for like Monarch to actually build a giant robot too. I want to see their take on Jet Jaguar as well. And I want it to be piloted by
Tracker.
yes.
Tracker.
And just going, now I can join the fight, boys.
Oh,
Bam.
best way to explain him. He has this giant robot to help the other giant monsters.
I'm gonna raise you an idea because I keep hearing people talking about it. They own both. They can do it.
Mhm.
Godzilla X Kong versus Pacific Rim.
I've heard that.
Pacific Rim.
I think would be really cool. The problem with its Pacific Rim is a very weird property. So you would have to take away the whole like how they actually get into the mech suits and just have it just be mech suits. And at that point, is it really Pacific Rim?
No, you can still have them do the right, like their memory still have to sync up in
Mm.
order to be in sync to pot. Because think about it, if you're not in sync fighting Godzilla, you're basically dead.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in sync and you can last a chance fighting Godzilla,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna kind of live, maybe.
Because I remember they were talking about that like a while ago. Like I guess when the King of Monsters came out, there was talks of a crossover.
Yeah, Del Toro.
Yeah, Del Toro brought it up, and
Mhm.
it's Del Toro, so you never know what actually, when he said he's going to make a movie, who knows what's actually going to be made.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on.
Who knows?
And then, Juan, what do you want out of the sequel?
Yeah,
Go all out. Bring back Kurt Russell. 98 Godzilla. Why not? Ghidorah the Smog Monster. Godzilla kick. Throw in Lorenzo there.
huh?
You
Throw
fight.
Lorenzo
Yeah, just throw you in there. Just fighting the.
Yeah, I could do that. You want to be
Yeah, I like the idea you brought up of them making their own Titan.
Mhm.
I don't know. I would love for them to make Final Wars. And, but Final Wars is,
But it's just a tag team match with the Godzilla and Kong taking on the Titan.
I think that would be cool. It's just like, you know what?
And you have on the sideline the baby Godzilla and baby Kong like cheering the whole time.
Yeah.
You want to get the babies involved, and it's just them like
Oh,
tag team.
bringing Minya.
We got to make our babies be like men. You're tagging in, boys.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Minya.
hold on. Y'all might hate this idea.
Oh, God.
Oh boy. Here.
So
What is
at
it?
the end of the Sony Zilla, there was an egg tease. You can have Suko, and if they want to do a baby Godzilla, beat the ever-loving shit out of the Zilla egg. Just go all out. Like it's not even a threat. That's how much they just easily kick the shit out of it.
Like the
Did you see
Parademons is the Green Lantern.
Yeah, 15 finals. Kyle showed me finals. How Godzilla just don't.
Boom. Right on Zilla.
Yeah.
Don't forget Minya.
Oh, yeah.
Mean,
Maybe Godzilla. I mean,
Yeah. You
But-
got Pacific
I
Rim
did joke
introduced.
with that to Red, so it's like I want to see baby Godzilla show up, and Kong's the father. I
Bring back,
definitely want him to be like a father presence.
He's
Like,
no,
just
you,
like an uncle.
yeah, like the fun uncle. Like,
I'm gonna go teach you how to hunt.
yeah,
hear me out, guys. Since this movie doesn't care about logic, bring back Ken Watanabe and just have him say, "Let them fight."
Like, oh, we thought you died. Let them fight.
no. He's still dead. There's just a recording of him saying, "Let them fight." Like,
How are you back? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
like the podcast guy,
Bernie.
Bernie. Like, he has a recording of him saying that.
Bernie, where did you get that? Nowhere.
I run a podcast about giant monsters. Why wouldn't I have it?
The one.
All right,
also-
give me an idea. All right, here's an idea. How about Ultraman? What if Ultraman appears to fight Godzilla?
Fine, we'll put Ultraman in there, but we have to have Gamera.
Just make-
Gamera.
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 I
Don't
am
forget
very
Iron Giant.
surprised. Like, no company has bought the rights to Gamera and tried to make their own Gamera movie at this point.
They could.
I mean, they could. I'm really excited for Asylum's Ape versus Mecha Ape. It was 8X Mecha Ape, the New World Order.
Or Lizard versus Monster by the Asylum. Oh, great.
I've seen that one.
I was in the hospital when that movie came out, and I was just like, why am I watching this?
It's really hard to know where you want to go unless you're just going to do a standalone movie.
Yeah.
At this point, like you can do Space Godzilla because they still haven't described where the crystals came from yet, and that's what Kyle was saying. And I was like, yeah, you could easily do that. Just hey, they came from space. But like when they get Godzilla's DNA to do a Space Godzilla is it's the other question.
Yeah. You could just flat out just be it's a monster from space that looks like Godzilla. He needs the crystals. He grabs the crystal. He's super powerful, and Godzilla and Kong have to team up once again to beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, I mean, you can do Destroya in the next one. I feel like it's very possible to do Destroya. The governments are mad at the U.S. government saying you're funding Monarch, pull the plug, or we're going to take it into our own hands. Like these Titans have basically like leveled our cities, and you're not coming up to help us. We're taking matters in our own hands.
Yeah.
Because here's my other issue too. Apex, I feel like should still be around.
Oh yeah.
Because they kind of introduced Apex, and was like, okay, the dude died. Apex doesn't exist anymore. Like, also we saw that one group has, or they did have it. So who knows if they sold it? If that was the one they sold, there's still like 2 more Ghidorah heads still floating out there.
Well, one of them's in the DC universe.
Wait, what?
Comic series.
Okay.
I highly recommend, if anyone has not read it, I recommend reading the Godzilla versus King Kong versus the Justice League. It is the weirdest, bonkers, like, this is up there with Godzilla X Kong as far as stupidity and logic goes. And at one point, Ra's al Ghul gets the head of of King Ghidorah and puts it in the Lazarus pit. Lex Luthor has Mecha Godzilla. Like
King Kong or Kong gets a lantern ring.
Yeah.
Godzilla fights Superman.
Nearly kills him.
Yeah. But it's so ridiculous. But it's amazing. Like, I highly recommend reading it.
So, any final thoughts, then, gentlemen, on Godzilla Kong: The New Empire?
I still love this movie.
Yeah, I think everyone still loves the movie.
We all saw it twice here, right?
I've seen it twice.
Yeah, I saw it twice.
I'm probably gonna go see it again, but I'm hoping that, like, hopefully at some point they'll fix the projector.
Yeah, I want to see it on a Super EMX screen.
But I'm worried that by the time it comes out on the Super once they get the projector, the EMAX runs out.
That was a bummer when we walked in and I heard that, and I was like, oh.
But we had a free movie that night.
Yeah, we got a free movie.
Plus a ticket for another free movie.
Yeah, which was really cool because I knew one of the supervisors there. I went in before the giant line of angry mob came in going, money. She called me aside. She said, I saw you guys were already coming no matter what, because my name was on it when I ordered all the tickets. The friend who helped, got me refund back, which was really nice. Got us a free screening for that same night. But it was 40 minutes later, we got to go in and watch it. And we also got free tickets for when they fix the EMAX. It's the credit for whatever movie we want to see. So I might try and save it for hopefully maybe Deadpool 3, or go and try and use it on Deadpool Wolverine.
I'm gonna see what movies are gonna come out on an EMAX.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think Phantom Menace is.
Ooh, but I wouldn't want to use my
on a Star Wars.
On a Star Wars.
What about
for all
What about
9
Kingdom of
movies.
What about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
Ooh, yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That would be
More monkeys.
Yeah,
they,
more
said
monkeys.
they said it's gonna take a month to fix that projector, and I was like, oh.
This is a really weird monkey year for movies.
Someone said, since this did well, if Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes does well, we're gonna see like what is like a paradigium of just monkey films coming out, and like everyone's gonna hop on. Like monkeys are gonna be the new zombies.
Oh yeah,
Donkey Kong movie.
What if we get a zombie Godzilla?
that'd be interesting.
Oh wait, we could still even see in the future of the MonsterVerse a Mecha King Ghidorah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
There's a lot of mechas out there. we
Yep.
still haven't seen. We still haven't seen Mechanicon.
Yeah.
Mecha King Ghidorah.
Mecha King Ghidorah, Mecha Rodan. Can you imagine the story being like the government's hunting down all the giant monsters and just adding their own robotic parts to them?
Again, it could be a destroy all monsters. They want the monsters gone now.
And they have all laser beam eyes. It would be awesome.
Yeah, and then that's when they build their own monster. It backfires. That's the destroyer origin. Is they're taking all these parts of a monsters and making it into this Frankenstein of a destroyer. Destroyer. Boom. Next movie.
Boom.
We're getting the hunting of all the monsters. They're putting bounties. Bounty hunters are lining up all these people just to go kill a fucking Titan. And the government's going to pay you hush hush money to make it seem like the Titans are dying from accidents.
Okay, hear me out.
Forget what you got.
And and the one person that's taking the hush money is our favorite character, Tracker. Because he would be the only one that could actually defeat them. I'm sorry, if there's one human being, that's him.
Yeah, and they don't know. And then he's like, oh, well, I've been making my own modification. And it's the Jet Jaguar.
And now I need to get the biggest bounty of them all. Come here, Godzilla.
And then Kong shows up. And then they
I think John Kennedy's going to be the real villain of the next one.
John Kennedy taking the hush money.
In control.
Well, I think that should end our evening, unless anyone has any final thoughts.
Yeah, any other final thoughts?
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't think anyone
good.
here will disagree.
Except for critics.
Yeah, except for critics who
Actual film critics who actually do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it before. I've said this to Adam. We are watching the fall of actual critics now. Because I'm going to put it plain and honest truth. They don't know anymore what they want out of movies. The audience, however, does.
Mm-hmm.
If studios stopped listening to the critics themselves, and listen to the audience, like the actual, like, I'm not talking the Twitter audience, general audience, movies will be good. If you keep listening to what Twitter has to say, Facebook, and the critics who just don't know what they want out of movies.
But the Snyderverse.
Fuck the Snyderverse. We're done. We're moving on.
And then this is how we could fix Disney.
This is how. Well, Disney's got some more other issues that we can talk about.
Disney needs to stop their. I don't like using the word, but it needs to be said. The wokeness,
Wokeness.
and understand that your characters. It's okay if your character is white, and you're not pushing for the female agenda, because that's what Disney is technically doing. There's actual paperwork that shows them they're trying to do that kind of stuff. Like, your team has to have this type of character in their movies and things like that.
Like the mandates are getting utterly ridiculous out of Disney.
Yeah, they need to get rid of that. Like, there's a reason why Pastel is Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, Pedro Pascal. Yeah.
Yeah, because they, under these guidelines, they can't have a white person. The whole cast can't be white. And that's why he was picked, because he was the big name.
Yeah, which is really weird. But
Yeah.
anyway.
That's what I've heard. I don't know how true that is.
I think that one's true. They needed the one minority main
Yeah.
character now. But here's the thing now. Here's the kicker where they found the loophole. It's taking place in a different universe.
Well, supposedly.
Alternate universe, which is well, you can tell by the yeah, you can tell the message. Adam loves Critical Drinker now.
Yeah.
I got Adam on a Critical Drinker. And he just laughs at whenever he says the message.
The message.
Well, yeah, you can tell by that.
Yeah.
The skyline. That's the thing you can tell. Which we'll show this real quick, and then
Yeah.
we'll call it a show. Which this has been a fun show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great being on here.
Yeah, a lot of people have tuned in. We've got a lot of fun stuff. You can tell by the city right here. It's an alternate.
Yeah.
It's an alternate universe or multiverse. That's where we're going. I do like that people are pointing it out. I had to notice it too. I love the stripe. How they're going back. I really love that, and I love how we got the posters. Happy 4/4 Day. I love the listen. As much as I give the MCU shit nowadays, which it deserves it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not done giving it shit yet because Marvel has to clean up their act. X-Men 97. I don't care. That does not count. That's not main Marvel Studios. That's their new animation
line.
studio.
Yeah.
That is different. They really need to fix up what Marvel Studios was compared to how it is.
And I really hope they do. I'm worried though with the Fantastic Four.
This movie worries me. Yeah, I'll tell you why. But it's not the reason you think of why it worries me. They're putting it out 2 weeks after Superman.
That too. That worries me. I'm worried that it came out that the Silver Surfer is That worries me.
That doesn't worry me as much, but it worries me is that's where that mandate's coming from. You have to have female characters, and it's just adapt what you have, and it is a comic adaptation, so I can't be mad. But for your first Silver Surfer, you want to introduce the one no one really knows.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
And there was another rumor that came out today. I highly doubt this is true. They said that Dr. Doom might be a woman.
Oh no.
If that happens,
we're doomed.
there goes the MCU. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The MCU will be dead.
Then again, I also heard Galactus is going to be the villain in this movie. And everyone's like, Galactus needs to be a big bad villain. No, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
It could be the Fantastic Four get their powers. You can have this whole movie where they have the powers, they're fighting crime all day, and then all of a sudden, Galactus shows up, and they're like, "Well, we have to stop this."
Yeah.
I heard another rumor. I heard is that Mr. Sinister was going to be the villain, which was pretty.
That's the ones I've heard.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Which I think would be pretty cool because Mr. Sinister had not appeared in any other movie. The only thing I remember Mr. Sinister from was the old Deadpool video game.
Well, Mr. Sinister is mainly an X-Men villain.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Fox was going to use him.
Yep.
But then we got Dark Phoenix.
Yeah. We were gonna get Bryan Cranston as Mr. Sinister.
No, it's supposed to be John Hamm.
I heard Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston was shooting for that role.
Yeah, John Hamm in New Mutants.
Fuck, don't remind me of New Mutants. I fucking hate that damn movie. It's so bad.
But that's the reason why Mr. Sinister is the main villain in the 97, because they want people to be familiar with him.
Yeah, and that's one of their... Now, again, am I excited for Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've seen them. It has been a minute. But again, you had John Watts, who just got done doing the Spider-Man trilogy. Made you some good money at the box office. To say he just left Fantastic Four to do other things, something happened behind the scenes. You don't just get approached to do Marvel's First Family, then you leave. I'm thinking something happened with him.
Something might have happened, but he also could have been tired out.
Well, he was doing Spider-Man, so
I mean,
a bit of both.
Movies fast.
Yeah, so he did 3 Spider-Man movies. It's like, Come over here. Yeah, make the Fantastic Four for us.
No pressure.
No
Yeah,
pressure or anything.
No pressure or
When
anything.
you work in Spider-Man, it's just like,
Yeah.
I want to make a movie where they're not in tights, okay?
Yeah. But he's also going to do Star Wars, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like, all right.
And maybe that could have been the thing. Like
Yeah.
maybe he was
Jon
at the
Favreau
meet.
pulled him and was like, "You want to come do Star Wars instead?"
Yeah.
Because then I also heard another rumor after he backed out, and it came out again today, was they casted Sue Storm first, and then they were going to build her on the team. It's
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
it's like Sue isn't the main. If you think Fantastic Four, if you think who the main member of the team is, it's Reed Richards.
And
Yeah.
I agree with that. Unless, the whole story is them fighting Namor.
No, they won't fight Namor.
Yeah,
They won't do that yet.
But you get what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
there are stories, but I mean, just
Again, there's stuff in the MCU, which we might go a little longer on this.
Yeah.
Now that we're just having fun doing this discussion. The MCU, at the end of the day, we all love it. Most of us grew up on it. We've seen the beginning. We've seen how the first saga ended. Everyone knew I was a huge MCU fan, but it's pissing me off now. People are just going in. Who's general audience? They like the movies.
Mhm.
That's fine. But when you go back and you watch, let's say,
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, Iron Man, quality, cool MCU films that feel like events.
Mm-hmm.
They don't feel like events anymore.
yeah.
They just feel like, all right, we're sitting here, we're watching a comic book movie now. And I've had people say, like, you don't like the MCU anymore? How do you not like the decline in quality?
And it's
Same reason why some people don't like Star Wars anymore. Decline in quality. And you can tell.
And it is the quality. And the quality is one big thing, but I think the other thing too is just like nothing's really connecting again. And like, I'll use the Eternals for example here. It's just like, why do I need to watch this?
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with anything. Doctor Strange somewhat connects to everything.
But then again, it's just,
It doesn't connect to Eternals. It didn't really connect to Spider-Man.
and I see still people, and which me and Juan have had fun discussions about this. I've seen people try and blame still Sam Raimi on Multiverse of Madness. I'm like, that one's not him a little bit.
It's not on him.
So
That's Michael Waldron jumping from when he was writing
Rick and
WandaVision,
Morty.
then he went to go write Loki, then he went to go write Moon Knight, then he landed on Doctor Strange because he kept jumping and not finishing up the script.
Yeah. The problem with Multiverse of Madness came down to a couple things. One, the main thing is that no one was talking to each other or what was going on.
Yeah.
Because the writers found out they didn't know what was going on with WandaVision.
That's what it also comes down to is
The
writers aren't talking. Feige isn't letting people know what's happening on certain projects. So when they're blindly writing it,
switching directors. Sam Raimi was not the first choice. to
but
direct
they
that
didn't
movie.
even start on doing anything yet. So that's why Scott Derrickson left.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to write it.
Yeah.
And Feige would not let him for some weird reason.
And then you had COVID. COVID was a big thing.
Yeah.
So it's like you have all these three things. It's just like you have a new director. Writers are not communicating with other people. You're going to get a mess.
Mhm.
And I believe that Multiverse of Madness was a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third act is just a mess.
Yeah.
Everything before the third act is somewhat really good.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get after the Illuminati fight and they're going to fight the Evil Strange, it becomes a bigger fucking mess.
Yeah, it just becomes a bigger mess. I think the whole movie from the beginning was a mess.
Yeah. I do like the opening where they're fighting Gargantua.
Hugh McGraw. We can't use Hugh McGraw because it's similar. The character is similar to the character that's on film, but you can't actually use the name Hugh McGraw because it's copyrighted. A weird copyright, like it's owned by the actual creator.
Wait, I thought that fight was really cool. How we first see America Chavez enter 616. All that stuff was really great.
Yeah.
Once it gets to Wanda,
that's when it falls apart.
Because you could tell Michael Waldron, they didn't let him know what was going on with WandaVision, even though he was half writing that. He jumped to go do Loki. Then I heard he got kicked off of Loki because he didn't know what was going on with that one. He wrote a little bit of Moon Knight, and he didn't know what was going on with that. This is why I tell people I don't like Michael Waldron. He writes half-ass scripts, then hops to another project because Feige and Disney ask him to go.
Mhm.
Finish what you have first.
Have the quality before quantity.
And that,
Again,
remember that meme I showed you, Lorenzo, where it's
yeah,
the kid singing the ice cream song. It's like, oh yeah, Michael Waldry, this is totally how kids sing.
yeah, like this is
Mm.
totally how kids act. Like, we want more ice
Oh,
cream.
ice cream like every
If I was their age, I would just go in the fridge and get more ice cream. Like, I wouldn't even ask.
Ice cream.
But
Yeah.
one of the other things is the biggest mess. People know I hate this damn movie. I don't like it. I think it's the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. And The Flash came out last year too. But it's not the biggest piece of shit compared to what I'm about to say.
Okie dokie.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Boy.
I thought you say Marvels.
Listen, the Marvel is already dog shit. If you just saw the trailers for that damn movie.
It was
Yeah,
Doom.
you want to talk about a mess? I think the
Wow.
Marvels was a mess.
Quantumania, well,
Quantumania, I don't think was a mess.
they didn't know how to do King.
It's just no one knew. No one had a bigger picture.
It was, hey, we want to do Star Wars, but not Star Wars. Even though we have Guardians of the Galaxy, that's technically our Star Wars. We're gonna try and do smaller, another realm of Star Wars.
No, I think the problem with Ant-Man was you took a character that's not a big name, but put him in a bigger movie.
And you dropped Kang.
You know, this was supposed to be the Iron Man for Phase 4 or 5, whatever
Yeah,
phase we're
Phase
on.
5.
And Ant-Man's not that character.
He's not. He's not a big. People like Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Not a big character.
I would like to
No pun
know.
intended.
I want to know if the original ending was true.
I think it was. They changed it.
Like you can kind of tell that things were changed.
They changed it. I found out. They did the reshoots. Same how they did Avengers. That first Avengers film.
Mhm.
They shot it a few weeks before the premiere. I'm like, why would you shoot yourself in the foot like that?
Mhm.
Like, Feige, you've done how many of these movies? What made you think that was a good idea?
Because he's Feige.
Because if you look at all their hair just looks different and off, and you're like, oh, they shot this.
Yeah. And I don't think it was just Feige.
Also, they gave Cassie a wig.
Mhm.
They should just let her have the blonde. That would have made more sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why they gave her the weird brunette wig that did not look good on Catherine Newton.
They should cut the original actress.
Yeah, at that point, but I see why they wanted her.
Yeah.
Because she did Freaky. Freaky was really good.
Mhm.
She proved she can act and all that stuff. And they wanted a bigger name. They
Yeah.
wanted star power. She's not a bad actress. It came down to script writing.
At the end of the day, you don't really need you don't need a big name for the MCU.
Yeah, especially with a character like Cassie, you don't
Yeah.
need a big name for them. Haley Steinfeld, that's different.
Yeah.
We knew she was a good choice for Kate Bishop regardless. I was campaigning for her to be Kate Bishop at one point. Over what's the one they wanted from the original choice was she was from 13 Reasons Why, but she was in a deleted scene in Endgame where she was Tony Stark's daughter, so they were going to make her Kate Bishop just because nobody saw that scene in the original cut. But then they saw Haley Steinfeld and they're like, oh yeah, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Which again, the actress who did Catherine Newton, who did Cassie, screen tested for Kate Bishop, but they didn't think
Catherine
she was a good fit.
Langford.
Yeah, Catherine Langford. Again, it comes down to you're looking at, like you said, quantity over quality. Disney just repeatedly now with Marvel Studios just shooting themselves in the foot multiple times.
What it is that they know that the MCU makes money. We want to produce more since we don't have money, because that's what's actually going on right now. Disney doesn't actually have money right now.
Oh yeah, you could tell.
They're bankrupt.
Their money right now, that Endgame money right now.
What's his name?
J-Bag.
Chapek came out and said, it's like, yeah, Yeah, Disney doesn't have money. Like you think they're actually going to spend $60 billion on the theme parks? Funny, they don't have money. So, so they're looking at the MCU's these money makers. So it's like we have to play it safe.
Mm.
We can't go weird. Like we can't kill Alpha Ant-Man or leave him in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
And those things shoot them in the foot.
Mm-hmm. What's another one that people hate that I think is a mess? But I don't think it's as much as a mess.
Marvels.
Secret Wars
No.
or Secret Invasion?
No.
Eternals.
That was dog shit on the run.
The Young Avengers?
No.
The Eternals.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I actually didn't hate that movie.
I tell people, I was like, listen, if you shut your brain off while you're watching the damn movie. And if you're familiar with how Taika Waititi, literally, if you saw Jojo Rabbit after he did Ragnarok, you knew what type of movie you were getting.
I will say this. Someone should have came in there and be like, okay, we're going to let you do what you're going to do. Okay, we're going to pull you back for a second. Okay, be serious.
Yeah.
Like...
I like the music choice.
Yeah.
He came back with the classic rock again. It just felt like a giant 80s music video, which was really cool. I had no problem with that. I would have cut maybe Valkyrie a little bit out of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I would have focused it more on Jane.
Yeah.
A little bit more on Gore, because Gore was the big serious part of the movie. Because a lot of people were like, oh, they butchered the God Butcher. I was like, you can only get away with so much with him. They're like, oh, then why do him? Because Thor needs someone who's also strong right now to fight against him. It comes down to, if you know Taika Waititi, you know what movie you're getting out of him. Same thing with how you said with Gunn. Slither. You know what director.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, you know what movie you know what director you're getting out of those movies.
But I mean, like I said, you got to have that, like that. Not necessarily, you can't do that. You just someone to hold his hand. Like you're going too far away.
It felt like they held Sam Raimi's hand more than they did Taika Waititi.
Because they were worried. Like you could tell, you can tell when Sam Raimi had full control over something, and you could tell when Sam Raimi didn't.
He had full control over Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
that's his.
Oh yeah. Spider-Man
3. That's a Sony movie.
Oh yeah, that's it's Madam Web.
Yeah, it's the Madam Web. It's not bad. It's not his best.
Yeah. I still would like to have seen what he would have done with Spider-Man 4. And from stuff that I've heard, I've been really excited because I actually like the actor who played Kurt Connors.
Yeah, he was just in an interview recently talking.
And he said, he was going to be the Lizard.
But anyway, this actually tags back to the MonsterVerse. Do you think they're doing a good job with they've only released 5 movies in the span of 10 years now?
For Godzilla?
Yeah.
I think that works. Because you can't really do much with it. With Marvel, you have different characters with different ideas. Iron Man's a man in a suit. Captain America fights for Godzilla versus Kong is just giant. King Kong is a giant monster. Godzilla is a giant monster. There's not much you can really do.
Oh yeah, there's not.
It's just you release them every 5 years. You get to see a cool Godzilla's back. Awesome. We can watch giant monster fight giant monster.
Well, it's been I think if someone calculated it, they did 2014, 2017, that's a 3-year gap. 2017, 2019, 2-year gap.
Yeah.
2019, 2021, another 2-year gap. And then from here now, another 2-year gap, considering almost 4-year, 3-year gap. So it's been
Godzilla Kong.
3-year gap over 10 years. You only have 5 movies.
Yeah. And that's okay.
And people are still trying to say they're pumping them out too fast.
No. Films.
Well, I think it comes down to, again, we're going to take this movie as an example. What movie just recently came out? Minus. So,
maybe they're thinking it's -1 is part of this universe.
Yeah.
It's like,
no, that's
-1 is Toho, the original company who created Godzilla. This is created by Warner Brothers and Legendary.
Oh yeah,
American company who bought the rights from Toho to make this movie.
Yeah, again, a lot could be said. I want to do another big dive into Marvel because the last one we did was really fun. It got everyone talking, everyone thinking. We got a lot of quotes from a lot of different people. Stuff like this, I want to have more discussions like this. And it seems like Comments had fun with this one.
Yeah.
We're just talking about a movie. Talked about why it was our favorite, how dumb it got, but it was still our favorite.
Yep.
Todd was finally in person because he had the day off today. And I
Yeah.
was like, hey, do you want to come by and do the damn review? Start typing in the comments going, I'm Todd. Like,
I'm Todd.
monkey.
I honestly thought about coming in here and just acting like Adam the whole time and to see like everyone just being like, Todd, shut up. I'm not Todd, I'm Adam.
Just you I'm Adam. Or it's the one that says I'm not Daredevil or I'm not Todd, I'm Adam.
Yeah, it's nice to actually be, do the show in person.
Which we're gonna try and elevate this form soon.
Yeah.
I've been talking about ways how do I say it? Put more energy into these lives.
Yeah.
We have fun. We just gotta find more ways to we had a fun audience tonight. A lot of people just showed up for a few minutes, but it was still nice that they showed up. A lot of them were talking. Like we saw one of my one buddy says, I'll come talk about Star Wars. We'll do a Star Wars thing doing it. So they're like, what the fuck is up with Star Wars? Why haven't we seen a movie in how many damn years?
Because they make more money off of the streaming shows. That's what it really comes down to. And
how do they make the money off streaming shows?
Merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
It comes down to the merchandise.
Grogu.
It's like everything you see is just toys.
That's why She-Hulk didn't make money.
Yeah, that was the reason why it didn't make money. No, because it was actually not a good show.
I like a few episodes.
There were a few I loved a few episodes, but that She-Hulk should have been a court show.
Yeah,
it should not have been.
I also want to point out about She-Hulk. I do not mind the twerking scene. That is something she would do.
Yeah, that did not bother me. Like there are the things that bother people did not upset me.
Yeah, because it's something a woman would do if they meet another. Like if you are, to be clear and fair, if you're a woman and you meet Megan Thee Stallion, you are dancing with her.
Oh yeah,
let's point that out. That's not the weird part. That's not the cringe part. It's something she would do.
Yeah,
because they even told Tatiana Maslany as they were filming that episode. They didn't tell her she was showing up until they're like, all right, we're gonna film our post-credit scene for the episode. Megan Thee Stallion is coming, and she's like, wait, what? So that's when they got the idea of let's just dance in the office.
Yeah,
that's something She-Hulk would do.
Yeah.
Do I think she's a bad choice for She-Hulk? No. Tatiana Maslany, killer as that role. I love her in that role as She-Hulk. It just came down to writing.
Yeah, and I really wish the writing was good because they had an scapegoat, which was Kevin.
Yeah,
it was like they used that as the excuse for bad writing. And that really upset me because this should have been a well-written show, but instead you use Kevin as your scapegoat. Like, yeah, it sucked because it was Kevin.
Here's the thing with that joke. I really wanted Kevin Feige to appear. That would have been the funny payoff.
How funny would it be? It was him. He shows up. It's him. And then you find out he's a robot.
Okay, that was a way better joke. I do like how it is it's just a robot who's like just has like the look, we're doing the same MCU what's the word I'm thinking of? The way how they do their stories, like it's just their simple origin stories. So you have your hero journey origin story. Like this is what we're getting out of it. The only one that felt different, a lot of people don't like, is Moon Knight.
Which is weird because Moonlight's not like this big name. So you could totally change the story around.
Werewolf by Night didn't feel like a regular Marvel origin story.
I don't even count that as an origin story. I just think it was just
something different.
It was just something different.
And here's what I told someone too. And this, I hope Iger doesn't cut this. He would be dumb to cut these. Do more of the special presentations than series.
Yeah.
Do an hour to maybe hour 45 of your special, or not even hour 45. You don't got to do that. Just get like an hour and 15.
Get a hat. Yeah. Put all the MC characters in there that haven't done anything yet. pull it out.
Because here's the thing, I can already tell you probably like 5 characters you could do special presentations with. You already got Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
You could do White Tiger
Mhm.
if after they
Yep.
introduce her and Daredevil is what I've heard. You can do the Defenders, Iron Fist,
Mhm.
Luke Cage.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can do Howard the Duck as a special presentation.
Howard
You
the
can do
Duck.
the Ravagers. Like what if they do? What are they doing after now? Since the
Mhm.
Guardians are no more.
Yeah.
You can maybe do this the new Guardians. What they've been up to,
Yeah.
just chilling around.
Mhm.
You can use that as, one episode, your budget's $2 million. We'll do 20 million.
You could even do a special presentation on if you really want to go that serious. You could do Namor.
Ooh.
What is he planning now?
Well, Namor can't. The actor is.
Oh yeah, they can't do that.
The actor's not in good graces with anybody at the moment. But I mean, like, just put a character out there. And if the numbers are good, then you know that character is successful. And now all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, you like this character? Great. We're going to make a movie now.
You can do a Wong special presentation. Hey, Doctor Strange is gone for the day. Let's see what Wong does. Like, what does Wong do?
I want a Wong movie.
Yeah.
Just goes to the bar.
Goes to
could
the
do-
bar, dances.
What's
With,
the-
with what's her name?
Madison.
Madison with a Y.
But it's not
What do you think?
It's just them two hanging out would be a funny special presentation.
Yeah.
Jimmy Woo. He just gets like well no, I'd rather take a him and Darcy show.
Yeah.
And they get weird cases in every episode.
Yeah, someone said that's what they should do. They should do like an X
Yeah, that was the
Files.
one- yeah, with them two going around. But in the end, it's just Howard the Duck. Now that Loki is wrapped, a special presentation with the TVA. Like,
Yeah.
where did Loki go? What do we do now?
Yeah.
You have the potential. You don't even have to do Vision Quest as a show. Make White Vision a special presentation.
Did they cancel that show? Or is that still going to happen? I know Wonder Man's still happening.
Yeah, Wonder Man is almost finished.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ironheart. It's finished. It's just shelved at the moment.
Yeah, because they don't know what to do with it.
Once you get the X-Men in, you can do special presentations.
That'd be interesting.
Rogue, show her backstory in live action. That's how you do the
Yeah.
backstories.
That would be a really good backstory.
Gambit.
Because you can bring back Brie Larson and try to make her relevant again.
It'll be kind of hard.
Storm.
Yeah.
Not even a lot of people know about Storm's backstory.
Yeah.
Where she's from. You can even do no, you can't do that anymore. I was gonna say you could do the wedding of T'Challa and Storm.
Yeah.
Can't
Ooh.
really do it.
Well, yeah, because he has a kid.
Yeah, it would be the kid heaven, which would be really weird.
Yeah.
That is
You
crap.
really wanted instead of a full-fledged series of it, the Midnight Angels, a special presentation. If a lot of people watch the special, all right, now we'll turn it into a miniseries.
Yeah.
Don't just make stuff a series. See how it fits well with fans. If they like it, then you pursue it. These
And
would
don't
be
ta-
your backdoor pilots.
And don't make a premise. Don't take a series or a storyline that would be great as a movie and then turn it into a series. I'm looking at you, Secret Invasion.
That show doesn't exist to me. That was the biggest waste of time I've ever watched.
Hmm.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't be mad if we did get a second season of Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
However, I don't think the show deserves the rating it's at. Because it does get very, 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 very Disney Channel.
But I'm okay with that because that's who Miss Marvel
Yeah, that's
is.
who she is, but I don't think it deserves it's one of like the highest rated Marvel projects right now. And I'm like, what is it? A 98. I don't think it's a 98. I think it's like a low 90. I don't think it's a 98.
Yeah.
Like I'd give it
I would love for
for IMDb it's a 6 out of 10.
Mhm.
I'd give it a 7. I'd give this a 90.
Mhm.
It's good. It's not almost 100% good.
I would love for season 2 to happen. And it's season 2. She's at the farm,
Yeah.
but she's hanging out with Kate Bishop. She's hanging out with Cassie. She's hanging out with give me another kid. Wicked.
Mhm.
You know, somehow Wicked shows up. You know, different of the kids. Like it's her, you know, maybe trying to get a band together.
Special presentation.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop and Kamala Khan's journey. We got to set up the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay, number 1, Black Panther.
Oh,
What was this list made? Hold on.
if anyone wants to know, I was not a fan of Black Panther. I felt like Black Panther was Iron Man.
My rating has gone down with this one insanely.
I need to watch it again because I only saw it once.
This needs to be higher.
I need to watch that one again.
Here's the thing. Give Miss Marvel this rating.
Mhm.
That's what she's at. Then you give Shang-Chi the 80, that
Well,
98.
How about we?
Oh,
put it
yeah,
on-
yeah.
Put it on the
I don't
screen.
know how long we wanted this to go because we're spiraling. It is alive, so I really don't care.
We're having fun.
Yeah, we're having too much fun going in the side. All right, so this is the rating. Black Panther is a 96. This is just movie-wise. It's not including shows. Really, Miss Marvel over this? This is the one. That's where I disagree with that.
Yeah, that I would. You know,
Endgame,
make sense.
but give it a 95.
Yeah.
It didn't make $2 billion.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
You think higher or lower?
lower.
Really? Would you drop it at?
Which
80.
I gotta go, but thanks y'all for having me.
Oh, not a problem.
Oh, no problem.
Catch y'all next time.
Glad you were here.
I
Mhm.
give it